Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to this week's Tibetan Buddhist Society introductory class. We hope you are travelling well and utilising your Dharma knowledge to the best of your ability, both for oneself and to benefit others. The COVID conditions we are experiencing are very difficult, and it is always a good time, always useful to put into practice our Dharma understanding, whatever we may have. So look after yourself and look after all sentient beings. So we'll begin, as we usually do, with a few minutes of breathing meditation, just to settle and be present, to calm the mind, to relax the body. So just make yourself comfortable where you are, whether you're on a chair or on your couch or on a cushion. Just relax. Sit in whatever way is comfortable for you. Keep your back, your spine as straight as you can, with your head slightly tilted forward, the chin just a little bit tucked in. Rest your arms by your side, with the right hand resting on top of the left hand. And your eyes, you may either close them or have them slightly open, just looking down at the floor in front of you. And we're just breathing in this meditation. Nothing else required. Just calming the mind and relaxing the body. A very rare and precious opportunity to relax. And just observe the breath coming in through the nose and then leaving in your own time. Just breathing in and breathing out. Just allow the breath to come and go. No rush. Just let it come. The rising and falling of the breath. If thoughts come, just let them go. Don't need to follow them. Just to be present where you are with your breathing. To just relax. Relax the body and relax the mind. Nothing required apart from breathing. The natural, joyous sensation of breathing. The breath comes in and the breath goes out. In your own time. No force. Effortless. Just breathing. Let all the thoughts of the world just float away. Just focus on the breath. Rising and falling of the breath. No need to fall asleep. Just focus on breathing. Keep the back straight. Arms relaxed by your side. Just breathe. enjoy the moment. Just breathing. Okay. So just keep breathing. And we'll look at this week's subjects. But first, just a couple of announcements. Next Sunday, next week, is Father's Day, and all sentient beings have been our father. So it's a big day to celebrate. So remember the kindness of all sentient beings. So there'll be no class next week. The other announcement is that at 4 p.m. today, so after this class, there are special prayers recognizing, remembering, commemorating Geshe Acharya Thubten Loden, our very kind and precious root guru, who passed away 10 years ago. So we remember, we celebrate the amazing life of Geshe Acharya Thubten Loden. His wisdom, love, and compassion Geshe spent his entire life benefiting others. The embodiment of bodhicitta. All the teachings that you receive online or in this holy temple are in the result of Geshe-la's wisdom and compassion and his enormous vision. All of the Tibetan Buddhist Society's teachings are from Geshe-la's holy books, his Tashita publications, 9 very special books, the 3 Lam Rim or Path to Enlightenment books, the Essence of the Path to Enlightenment, which we're following in this introductory series, the Meditations on the Path to Enlightenment, and the Path to Enlightenment, Geshe-la's wonderful Buddha Potential book, Fundamental Potential for Enlightenment, the Prayer book, and Geshe-la's 4 incredible Vajrayana commentaries. And this holy temple that you see in this behind me, this green screen backdrop, this property, beautiful gardens, the peaceful land of joy, all the result of Geshe-la's kindness, vision, and generosity. And also not forgetting Geshe's beautiful temple and gardens in Perth and the centre in Sydney. So we remember and recognise and acknowledge, and we celebrate our good fortune of Geshe Acharya Thubten Loden, his gift of providing and showing us and future generations the path to enlightenment. So please join with us at 4 p.m. today for the prayers. So this week we'll be looking at meditation and wisdom. But first we'll do a short summary recall of last week's chapter, last week's topic, teaching on bodhicitta, the conventional mind of enlightenment. And recalling that bodhicitta means for the sake of others, wishing to attain complete, perfect enlightenment. Amazing. The happiest, most useful, most beneficial state of mind. And let's just recap on the method of the 7-point thought transformation. So initially we developed the state of equalizing oneself with others by recognizing that all limitless, countless, numberless, sentient beings are all in a state of suffering. From the human realm, the animal realm, spirits, hell realms, demigods and gods, all beings experience change, experience step-by-step birth, sickness, aging and death, and the many sufferings being a sentient being. So once we equalize, see that all beings are just like ourselves in wanting happiness and not wanting to experience the slightest suffering, then we recognize that from beginningless time, all sentient beings have been our mother. So the first of the 7 steps is perceiving all beings as mother. The second step is remembering kindness. Remember the kindness of this lifetime's mother, that all limitless sentient beings being in that same position, being very kind in giving birth, nurturing and raising us. So by remembering the kindness, we move to the third step of repaying the kindness. And we can repay kindness by not causing any suffering for any sentient being. But the biggest repayment of kindness is for oneself and all sentient beings to attain complete, perfect enlightenment, the state beyond suffering, beyond sorrow. So the fourth step, great love, the wish, the intention, the thought. May all sentient beings have happiness and the cause of happiness. The fifth step, great compassion. May all limitless other sentient beings be free from suffering and the cause, all the limitless causes of suffering. And then we develop pure superior intention, the thought to take the responsibility to lead all beings to that happiness, which is beyond suffering, which leads us to bodhicitta, the core practice of the Mahayana path, the great scope, great vehicle, the wish to attain enlightenment for the sake of all sentient beings. So that was last week's topic, but it should be every moment's topic, recalling all sentient beings, equalizing them with ourselves in wanting to be free from suffering. So just take a few moments to sit with that bodhicitta motivation, that thought. For the sake of others. So this week we are looking at the chapter on meditation on page 163 of Geshe-la's Essence of the Path to Enlightenment. And directly from the book, Geshe-la states, meditation practice includes the fifth of the Bodhisattva's actions, the perfection of concentration. Concentration is a mental factor that is capable of abiding one-pointedly on an object of virtue without distraction. So placing the mind on an object of virtue, and for the mind not to move from that object for the duration of that meditation. When concentration is motivated by bodhicitta, it becomes a perfection of concentration. So just recall the stages, the Bodhisattva's 6 perfections: generosity, ethics, patience, joyous effort, concentration, and wisdom, which will be our next topic today. We'll do these two topics. So generally, concentration is just a term for focusing the mind on an object. We just concentrate, just in general life. We concentrate when we're driving, when we're reading. Most of the time we're concentrating on something. Calm abiding is the special concentration that possesses the bliss of pliancy, that arises in dependence on the 9 stages of mental training. So there are 9 stages or steps that we work through, move through in our practice of calm abiding. And calm abiding has the faculty of being able to direct the mind to an object as wished. So like Geshe said, without distraction. And the prerequisites in Geshe's book, The Essence of the Path, for the practice of calm abiding, we require a place that is quiet and secure, with the necessities to sustain us. Have little desire, contentment, abandon multiple activities, settle the mind with pure ethics, disregard misleading views, particularly about your meditation practice. So generally, all Dhamma practice is mind training. Training the mind in the stages of the path to enlightenment. And today we'll use the visualization of Shakyamuni Buddha as our object for calm abiding, which is on page 192 of The Essence of the Path to Enlightenment, if you have the book. So this being a introductory course series, we'll just have a general look at the requirements, not too in-depth or overwhelming. The practice of calm abiding evolves through the following: understanding and recognizing these stages that we go through. So calm abiding requires practice, many years of practice. So this being just an introduction, it's just a lovely overview to make you appreciate the joy of practicing and the benefits of practicing. So the stages that Geshe lists are the 5 obstacles that are encountered on the way, the 8 antidotes to those obstacles, the 9 mental stages, the 6 powers, and the 4 attentions. So it's not an overwhelming number of steps. Everything we do in life requires effort. So we look at these stages, begin our meditation on the visualization of Shakyamuni Buddha. So Geshe explains that to attain karma abiding, it is necessary to subdue the negative habits that are the obstacles, the 5 obstacles to the realization of the karma abiding state. So the 5 obstacles are laziness, forgetfulness, laxity and excitement together, non-application, and over-application. So Geshe explains that the 5 obstacles, these little hindrances, negative habits, have 8 antidotes, so they can be overcome. And the antidotes are faith, aspiration, effort, mindfulness, awareness, application, and equanimity. So we just go through those and see, just lightly, how they apply to the 5 obstacles. So the first 4, faith, aspiration, effort, and pliancy, are the obstacles. Those are the antidotes to the obstacle of laziness. So to stop being lazy, to overcome that negative habit, then we apply faith, aspiration, effort, and pliancy. Forgetfulness, the obstacle of forgetfulness. This is overcome by mindfulness. Laxity and excitement are overcome by awareness. So to be observant of laxity and excitement in the mind. Non-application is overcome by application, so applying the antidote. And over-application is subdued by equanimity. So when you're over-applying the antidotes, you stop and just let the mind abide in equanimity. Now we'll have a look at the 9 stages, or the 9 mental abidings that are the practice of calm abiding, placing the mind on the object. So the first of the 9 is placing the mind. So in choosing an object, place the mind on that object. And calm abiding is a practice of the mind, so we're not using visual eye sense consciousness, we're using mental consciousness. So we place the mind. The second step, when we have attained that level, is placement with continuity. The third step is patch-like, putting it back together. The fourth is close placement. Fifth is controlling. Next is pacifying. The seventh is complete pacification. Eighth is single-pointed concentration. And the ninth stage, or the ninth mental abiding, is placement with equanimity. And the 6 powers, so we're going through all these little stages that were mentioned at the beginning. 6 powers are methods for developing our concentration through these 9 mental stages. They're the power of hearing, power of thinking, the power of mindfulness, power of awareness, the power of joyous effort, and the power of complete familiarity. And then the 4 attentions. Geshe explains that attention is an omnipresent mental factor which directs the primary mind and its associated mental factors to the subject. Apprehends the object and holds the mind single-pointedly on the object. So the 4 attentions are forcible attention, forcible attention, interrupted attention, uninterrupted attention, and effortless attention. So we'll look at page 192 here and begin our practice session of working slowly, step by step to the attainment of calm abiding. So calm abiding is done in short sessions, and it may take many years of practice. But then most things do, so no problem. Begin at the beginning, enjoy the practice, rejoice in your practice with the motivation of bodhicitta. Doing this practice are beginning steps on the path of attaining calm abiding, so that we may be able to benefit all countless, numberless sentient beings. So just relax the body, once again, keeping the back, the spine straight, head tilted slightly forward, chin a little bit tucked in, arms by your sides, right hand resting on your left in your lap, and visualize Shakyamuni Buddha, Lord Buddha, in space, in front of you. Not too high, not too low. So you can use your visual consciousness, use your eyes, observe the beautiful statue of Shakyamuni Buddha here in Geshe-la's holy temple. So visualize Shakyamuni Buddha utilizing the shape of the statue in space, in front, closing your eyes now. Visualize beautiful blue sky, space, the vast, beautiful expanse of blue sky. So we begin by visualizing a precious throne in the nature of light, with 8 mighty snow lions supporting it. On top of the throne is a beautiful light nature lotus flower. So if you cannot picture this, just occasionally open your eyes, observing the beautiful holy statue of Shakyamuni Buddha, the peaceful land of joy. And then close your eyes and use your mental consciousness to the throne, lotus on top. On top of that is a beautiful moon cushion. On top of that, the sun cushion. They represent, respectively, the renunciation of the lotus, bodhicitta is the moon, the wisdom is the sun cushion. And on top appears, rises from emptiness, Guru Shakyamuni Buddha. Beautiful, the nature of light. This beautiful, vast, blue sky space. And really feel that you are in the presence of Shakyamuni Buddha. So we're training the mind. So Shakyamuni Buddha's body is golden color, the nature of light. His right hand rests over his right knee in the earth-touching gesture. His left hand rests in his lap in the mudra, gesture of meditative equipoise, and holds a begging bowl filled with nectar. He is wearing the saffron-coloured robes of a monk. There's the 32 major marks and 80 minor signs of perfect enlightened being. His body, composed of light, is clear and translucent. He sits in the Vajra posture and emanates countless rays of light in all directions. So with your mental consciousness, just feel that Shakyamuni Buddha is there in front, not too high, not too low, not too close, not too far away. sitting there on the throne, lotus, sun and moon. And the practice of calm abiding is to go through all those stages that we mentioned, the obstacles, the antidotes, the stages. But for now, just enjoy feeling that you are in the presence of Shakyamuni Buddha's light nature, body. And Geshe explains that may make your concentration sharper and more intense if you meditate on the image of Shakyamuni Buddha as being very small, if that works for you. Very small. Bring that image smaller, smaller. Geshe said, even to the size of a sesame seed. But if that's too difficult, just pick a size that suits so that you can see Shakyamuni Buddha's body in your mind. The throne, lotus, moon and sun. So we're just going through the first stage of placing the mind. Just place the mind. If you want, just choose one small aspect of Shakyamuni Buddha, possibly his hand holding the begging bowl filled with nectar. And just focus on that. And stay with that. No need to jump around. No need for the mind to be agitated. Just stay with one object. Concentrate. Just keep the breath flowing gently, relaxed breathing. With your mental concentration of Shakyamuni Buddha. If you drift off, no problem, just bring the mind back. It's just the beginning process of taming the mind in concentration. So you can move your concentration back, take in the full visualization of Shakyamuni Buddha. The whole body, knowing that it is there, even if your concentration is not what you would like it to be. No problem, we're just beginning. Enjoying this joyful path to the attainment of calm abiding. Now just stop for a few moments, just enjoying the wonderful art, breathing. Allow the visualization of the throne, lotus, moon, sun, Shakyamuni Buddha to dissolve into the blue, beautiful blue, vast sky. Just having your eyes slightly open, looking at the floor in front, or closed. Just bringing the mind back to the breath. So now, once again, visualize with your mind, not using your eyes, just visualize in your mind, in front, the throne, lotus, moon and sun, Guru, Shakyamuni Buddha, all in the nature of light. Clear, translucent, and at the size of your choosing, whatever works best for your ability to concentrate and focus. And just keep the mind relaxed. We're just at the first of the 9 stages, placing the mind on the object. In this case, Guru Shakyamuni Buddha. His holy body, beautiful golden colour, clean, clear, light nature. As Geshe explains, at first the image may not be very clear. This is possible. But just do the best you can. No need to push. And even if you cannot see the object at all, just imagine that some form or shape and colour is before you. Shakyamuni Buddha. So allow your mind to relax on this visualization. No pressure, no force, no worries. Just enjoying the visualization. Geshe explains the visualization will develop slowly with practice, and eventually you will be able to see the details of all the colours, robes, symbols, marks, and signs of the Buddha. So the intention is to do this many, many times. Joyously, beautiful, clean, clear, bodhicitta motivation, until we can directly perceive Shakyamuni Buddha with our mind, and to hold that beautiful visualization without anything pushing it out of mind as other thoughts, ideas and concepts come along. Training the mind in calm abiding, single-pointed concentration. So bring the mind back, visualize step by step the lotus, moon, sun, right through, visualizing Shakyamuni Buddha sitting there, his right hand resting over his knee, the left hand resting in his lap, holding the begging bowl. Beautiful golden robes draped across his shoulders. Beautiful face, his hair, smiling eyes. Visualize right to the top of his Ushanisha, his crown protrusion. Just keep step by step rebuilding the visualization. From the lotus, moon and sun. Everything in the nature of light, in beautiful blue, vast blue sky space. And visualize, really feel that this Shakyamuni Buddha visualized in your mind, this real Buddha, is there. See him smiling, blissful appearance. Radiating light in all directions. Appreciate that he has all the major marks and minor signs of perfect enlightened being. And his omniscient mind is filled with love and compassion. And he directs this feeling strongly toward you. So we're just training the mind gently. Perceiving Shakyamuni Buddha. Calming our mind. Practice this calm abiding anytime. Very useful as a daily practice. Gradually going through all of the stages. And just remembering it's not visualizing a material image of the something solid. This is light nature, Shakyamuni Buddha appearing to the mind, not to the eyes. So Geshe explains this by saying your object of concentration is necessarily a mental image. You may use a painting of this statue at first as an aid to establishing the mental image of the Buddha. But this is just to get the details and aspects correctly established in your mind. You cannot attain calm abiding using an external material object, because calm abiding is a faculty of the mental consciousness, not sense consciousnesses. So then, having applied, established the visualization, Geshe explains, step by step we apply the antidotes. So if we get lazy, we apply faith, aspiration, effort and pliancy. If we forget the object, bring the mind back, mindfulness. If we get too excited or drifty, just bring awareness to it. Use the antidote of application if you're not applying yourself. Bring the mind back. Apply your focus. And if you get too strong in the over-application, just settle the mind. Equanimity. Geshe explains too that by using the 6 powers, recalling those hearing, thinking, mindfulness, awareness, joyous effort, and complete familiarity, and the 4 attentions, the forcible attention, the interrupted, the uninterrupted, and effortless attention. You move progressively through the 9 stages. So it's a gradual, step-by-step meditation practice. Practice joyously with bodhicitta. Geshe explains to particular note is the need for forcible attention. Energetic, strongly directed concentration during the first 2 stages. So we're still on the first stage of just placing the mind. But we do need to use forcible attention to bring the mind constantly back. So we make the calm abiding sessions not too long, short and sharp, Geshe says, so that you're able to retain a strong, clear concentration without fatigue. So you don't want to burn out, think I can't do this, just take it lightly. Spend a few minutes each day placing the mind. Do your breathing meditation prior. Generate the bodhicitta motivation, thinking for the sake of others, wishing to attain complete, perfect enlightenment through the practice. And the wonderful thing about the practice of calm abiding meditation, Geshe explains, is that even before you attain calm abiding, you will perceive Buddhas directly in dreams and mental visions. And indirectly, you will have some recognition of the Buddhas through a mental cognition that apprehends neither shape nor colour. And the main purpose of this, as part of the Bodhisattva practice, is to apply this calm abiding to the wisdom of special insight. So we'll just have a quick overview of the chapter on wisdom. It's quite deep and profound. And we are still only in the introductory series. But wisdom in general is a mental factor able to correctly discern the object of analysis. The most important means for the development of wisdom is the practice of special insight. And special insight is where, having attained calm abiding, one engages in a particular form of analytical wisdom that induces the bliss of pliancy. And with that, analyzes to discern the nature of the object of meditation. So that is the point, the intention of our calm abiding meditation, to be able to hold the mind single pointedly, and in this instance on the object of wisdom. Whereas the practice of calm abiding generates a bliss of pliancy in relation to single pointedness, special insight generates a bliss of pliancy in relation to analysis. The main function of special insight is to remove all faults and delusions. So these last two stages of meditation and wisdom will lead step by step directly to enlightenment. So, as Geshe explains here, so we're going directly from Geshe's Essence of the Path to Enlightenment. So if you have a copy on page 198, although the analysis technique of special insight can be used to penetrate the true meaning of any object of knowledge, the most important application of special insight is to penetrate the true meaning of emptiness. To be able to engage in special insight meditation on emptiness, you first have to have an understanding of this deep philosophical view of the nature of reality. And emptiness is a vast and challenging topic. We're just at an introductory level stage. It's good just to know that emptiness is not nothingness. Emptiness is dependent arising, because nothing can exist independently. Nothing can exist from its own side. So all things exist. So there is no nothingness. There is no need to freak out. As it is said, in emptiness, the only thing you can lose are your delusions. So all things, everything depends on causes, conditions, parts, and being imputed by mind, conceptual imputation. It takes many years of study to listening, thinking, and meditation on emptiness to have the experiential state of emptiness. but all things are empty of inherent existence. So emptiness is not nothingness. Emptiness is the lack of something existing independently, without any causes, without any conditions, without any assembled parts, and without any observing consciousness. So nothing can exist from its own side. So special insight is into the true nature of phenomena, is the direct opponent to all delusions, and thus the means to permanently eliminate suffering. So the wisdom of special insight overcomes our self-grasping ignorance, the ignorance of grasping at self, and the self-grasping of phenomena. So, basically, just skimming over this chapter very lightly, inherent or substantial or independent existence are not possible. Things exist interdependently or dependently and are interconnected. So if anything depends on causes, if anything has a cause, if anything has a condition, if it is made of parts or imputed by mind, it is not inherently existent. So everything exists. There is no freak out of nothingness. Emptiness is not nothingness. Conventional reality exists, but ultimately what we search for cannot be found because it is made of parts, it has causes and conditions, so it does not exist from its own side. And because it does not exist inherently, it exists conventionally. So basically, the refuting the self-grasping ignorance and refuting the self-grasping of phenomena is applied through just looking here through the book, the 4-part emptiness meditation, which is identifying the object of negation, and there's some wonderful verses here. Nagarjuna, peerless master, great scholar and bodhisattva Nagarjuna, in his precious garland states, If a person is not earth, not water, not fire, not wind, not space, not consciousness, and not all of them, what person is there other than these? Because a person is a composite of the 6 elements, meaning person has parts, it is not an absolute. Likewise, the elements are not absolutes because each is a composite. So then, through the other meditations on recognizing the absence of oneness, recognizing the absence of difference, and the 2 ways of perceiving persons, we come to the correct view that all things are dependent arisings. Once again, our great friend, the Beerless Master, great scholar, and Bodhisattva Nagarjuna, this time in his treatise on the Middle Way, says, because there are no phenomena that are not dependent arisings, there are no phenomena that are not empty. They say they are all empty of inherent existence. Because there are no phenomena that are not dependent arisings, there are no phenomena that are not empty. And the wonderful, also great peerless master, great scholar and bodhisattva Shantideva, in his engaging in the bodhisattva deeds, explains the body is neither feet nor calves. Thighs, waist are also not the body. Abdomen and back are not the body. Chest and arms are not the body. Ribs and hands are not the body. Armpits and shoulders are not the body. All inner organs are not the body. Head and neck are also not the body. What body is there among these parts? And then we have some wonderful teachings on the benefits of engaging and meditating in emptiness. And it's Geshe on the page 225 of the Essence of the Path to Enlightenment says, all the teachings of the Buddha can be condensed into 3 principal paths: renunciation, bodhicitta, and wisdom. They are the essence of the path to enlightenment. The realization of renunciation is gained by practicing according to what is explained in the chapters Guru, Life, Death, Refuge, Samsara, and Nirvana. The realization, bodhicitta, is gained by practicing according to the chapter Bodhicitta. And the realization of wisdom is gained by practicing according to the chapters on meditation and wisdom. So next week, actually not next week is Father's Day. The following week, we will look at the final chapter on enlightenment. And we will also go through a summary of the stages of the path that we have been following, and follow the stages, all the stages, how they lead to the state of enlightenment. So as the text, name of the book, implies essence of the path to enlightenment. So this is the essence of the practice. Following each of these chapters, each of these stages, step by step, leads to enlightenment. So that's all for this week. Take care, stay safe, look after yourself and all sentient beings. Don't forget the special commemorative prayers for our precious Guru, Geshe Acharya Thubten Loden, today at 4 p.m. And so now we will dedicate the merit from this short class today, thinking, by this virtue, may all beings complete the collections of wisdom and merit and attain the two holy bodies arisen from wisdom and merit. And may the precious superior mind of enlightenment be generated in those who have not yet generated it, and not decrease in those who have developed it, but increase continuously. So thank you very much, and bye for now.